Hello everyone, here's a quick look at the top trending international news stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment during this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Finland's president and prime minister announced that they support a NATO membership. Finland shares an 800-mile border with Russia, and the Kremlin says Finland joining NATO is a threat to Russia. Finland's president says the country is not a threat to Russia, but Russia is to blame, explaining why it's not a threat to Russia, but Russia is to blame. Finland's acceptance into NATO is expected to be quick. Officials say Russia has cut off electricity to Finland in retaliation. A 21-year-old Russian soldier is the first Russian to be tried for war crimes in Ukraine. He is accused of shooting and killing an unarmed 62-year-old man while he was riding his bicycle. Prosecutors say they have gathered enough evidence to prove the soldier violated the law and customs of war. If he is found guilty, he faces between 10 to 15 years in prison or life in prison. Disturbing video shows Israeli forces beating Palestinian mourners with batons. It happened during the funeral procession of an Al Jazeera journalist. As the funeral procession began, Israeli riot police first blocked the coffin from moving. Then they charged into the crowd, hitting several pallbearers with batons. The coffin nearly fell to the ground. Israeli police insist they were defending themselves against stones being thrown by mourners. They provided a video to show proof. CNN reviewed the video but did not see any stones. They did see dozens of plastic bottles and flags thrown at police. The investigation into the mysterious deaths of 3 Americans at the Sandals resort in the Bahamas is still going on. A 4th American is hospitalized. Last week, a man was found dead on the floor of the bathroom in his beachfront villa. His wife says she woke up with swollen legs, arms, and face and couldn't move. In another villa, police found a man slumped against a bathroom wall and his wife in bed. Both were dead. Once the autopsies are completed, a pathologist will be able to provide an official report on causes of death and determine what happened. Cubans are hitting new levels of desperation. In recent months, thousands of Cubans have taken to the sea in dangerous boats or purchased plane tickets to Central America with one goal in mind: getting to the United States. And as far away from the economic misery that grips the communist island. More than 30,000 Cubans arrived at the U.S.-Mexico border in March alone. Some say the lack of food and medicines are driving people to leave. Pope Francis met with the wives of 2 Ukrainian soldiers who were holed up inside a steel plant in Mariupol right now. You can see him here with them at the Vatican Wednesday. They said their husbands are defending the plant as Russian bombing attacks continue. The women had written to the Pope telling him about their husbands, the conditions inside the plant, the hurt soldiers, and the dead who cannot be buried. They asked him to be a third party in helping create a humanitarian corridor, which is an area of safe passage for food, medical supplies, or people who want to leave. The Thai government will distribute 1 million free cannabis plants to households across the nation in June. The nation's health minister says it's to mark a new rule allowing people to grow cannabis at home. In a Facebook post, he said he wants marijuana to be grown like household crops. The new rule goes into effect June 9th. It allows people to grow cannabis plants at home after notifying their local government. But the plants must be medical grade and used exclusively for medical purposes. It cannot be used for commercial purposes without further licenses. Recreational use of cannabis remains illegal in Thailand. Sign1News will be broadcasting international news updates in ISL every Sunday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. Goodbye.